Hello everybody, my name's Sean Woolley from Cloudninespain. I'm the Managing Director. With me I have...
Dominic Maroszek, I'm the Sales Director.
And Emma Kavanagh, Business Development Manager.
Okay, today we're going to be talking about the top 5 golf resorts to buy in. And what we've done is we've actually split it up. So we're doing 5 between Mijas and Puerto Banus, so the east side of the coast, and then we're doing, in a separate video, we're doing 5 between San Pedro and Sotogrande, so the western side of the Costa del Sol. So let's start with the Mijas to Puerto Banus area. We've sat down, we've thought long and hard about this. I've asked my esteemed colleagues here to come up with their favourites, and then we've whittled it down.
Professional golfers we are.
Absolutely. Yeah, maybe not. We are going to do a video about the golf courses for golfers, so that you know the golfer's perspective and how good they are quality wise. But what we're doing with this one is we're sticking to the buyers, property buyers, where they should invest their money, where they should live, or where they should buy a holiday home. So the top 5 we think to buy in between Mijas and Puerto Banus, going in order of location. The first one we've got is Cala Golf.
There you go.
Cala Golf Resort has been going for donkey's years. It's actually owned by an Irish... Donkey's years. No Brian's going to get that. Never mind. It's actually owned by an Irish insurance company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I remember the days back in the day, sort of 15, 20 years ago, when it was all being developed, where you would take... If you go to the sales office and then they would take you in a buggy across the golf course, and it was so cool because it's a beautiful resort. It has 3 18-hole golf courses. It has a hotel. It has a new spa. It has a great clubhouse, and they're always improving things. They're always making things better as we go along. It's a little bit out of the way in that you need a car to get down to the coast. It's about 10 to 15 minute drive. You can either go through Cala, Mijas Golf, or you can go the other way down through Elviria, down to the sort of eastern side of Marbella. But Cala Golf is a consolidated resort. It has 24-hour security. All of the developments within Cala, whether they're villas or apartments, they all blend seamlessly into the environment.
That's true.
Which is nice. You haven't got different developers doing different things.
And you have a very nice price range.
You do.
So you do have prices that could attract all sorts of clients.
Yeah.
For instance, for the apartments, you'd be looking at 280 up to $1 million, 100 if you're looking at a penthouse.
Yeah.
And for villas, 550, 600,000 up to even 3 million.
That's not bad actually for a golf resort. And because of the elevation of the resort, you tend to get a lot of good views up there, mountain or sea views, sometimes
And
both.
golf view.
Golf views.
Yeah.
Good one.
The single home build a lot in Cala Golf.
They did a little bit, but Taylor Wimpey are now the main developers.
Okay.
So Taylor Wimpey have kind of bought into the development. They've acquired a number of the plots there, and they're building and selling quickly. Actually,
Yeah.
And
Very
Taylor
good.
Wimpey, good build. You know, they deliver on
Very
time every
solid.
time, a solid builder and developer. So it was probably a good venture for them to get involved with because there's still a lot of land up there to be developed. And as you said, Don, there's a good mix of property styles. There's also stuff that's completed, has been around for 5-10 years. Stuff that's recently completed, and there's also product that is going to be completed in the next year to 2 years. So there's something for everyone in terms of timescales, in terms of budget. And a lot of families actually buy in Cala. You'd think because of its location, a little bit far removed, you'd think that it would attract more the golf fraternity. But I've sold to quite a few clients up there who just fall in love with it. So I think that's one of the best on the whole coast, never mind that area. The second one is Santa Clara, which is located, if you know the Costa del Sol hospital, as you come along the highway from the airport, quite close to Marbella, it's located there. And there they have a nice clubhouse. They, again, the 24-hour security, and they have different products types, apartments, penthouses, villas. And there's a new development, isn't
A
it?
new development called Sol Marbella, which is it's a big plot of land, so quite a lot of apartments, townhouses, villas. So it's a big investment going into that area now.
And that's they're making it into like a resort concept, aren't they, with on-site amenities and things like that.
It is, yeah.
So, probably one of the most modern and forward-thinking developments on the coast in terms of amenities on offer. Don, what sort of prices would we expect to pay in Santa Clara?
Similar to La Cala Golf,
Okay.
you could have an entry level of 250,000 for an apartment.
It's like a 2-bed apartment.
Yeah, and you can even go up to 1.2 for a penthouse, and the same goes for the villas. 500,000, you can get a little house or townhouse.
That's right, they do semi-detached, don't they?
Semi-detached
With your
for
own
500,000,
pool and that,
exactly up to 3.5.
Okay, so that's, again, something for everyone, really.
Yeah.
It's known as quite an exclusive area, isn't it, Santa Clara?
Agreed.
Yeah.
It has a nice name to it.
Yeah, the only downside about Santa Clara that I can think of is potential road noise.
Yeah, you would think so, but it really depends on the wind, right? Depends on the wind, because if the wind is carried from the sea up to the mountain, it carries the road noise up. And very often you have the wind from the mountain downwards, which is thermic winds here in Marbella, which carry the noises away down. So you don't really hear them on many days.
No, but of course the flip side to that is that access and closeness to the highway means that you're close to everything. So you literally 2 or 3 minutes from Marbella, you can drive to the beach in 2 minutes. So it has its pluses and minuses. The next one, which is very close to Santa Clara, is Rio Real, which I've lived in.
As well,
I've lived there.
Jesus Christ.
I think that's my favourite golf resort in terms of the way the golf goes right down to the beach.
It's very
I
nice.
love that.
So
That's really
people
nice.
might not know exactly where this is, but if you've driven the A7 along the Costa del Sol to Marbella, you'll know this place because it's where there's a bend in the road. There's the tower block on the right hand side just before you hit Marbella, and you've got golf left and right.
Yeah.
And that's Rio Real golf course. And what I like about it is it's very close to Marbella. You're literally 10 quid in a cab and you're in Marbella. You've got La Cañada, the big shopping mall, the next stop on the highway. But Rio Real is very calm and genteel. It's a high quality residential neighbourhood, but very close to Marbella. You can theoretically walk to the beach, and you've got the Trocadero down on the beach,
which is one of the best beachside restaurants. You have 2 Trocaderos in Marbella, Playa and
what's the other one called? I can't remember either.
It's Playa.
Glad you raised
anyone?
that. I can't answer the question.
So wait, I'll come to it.
Also within Rio Real, while Dom thinks for the next 2 days about what's that called, there's a boutique boutique hotel.
Arena, sand.
Yeah.
Playa and Arena. Yeah.
So there's a boutique hotel. There's also a lovely clubhouse, and there's a good product mix again. So a lot of villas and also high quality apartments. Green Life are one of the big developers during the construction of Rio Real. The only problem with that area is not a lot of new stuff now, because obviously we've had problems with Marbella Town Hall with licenses. So Rio Real hasn't seen much new development in the last 5 years.
A lot of resale there.
A lot of resale, but it's good quality stock.
Yeah, and you're in a nice area. Entry level 250,000.
Which is really good.
Yeah, for a 2-bed you can go up to 2 million for a penthouse.
Yeah.
And it's got very nice sorts of villas as well.
Yeah.
Slightly higher price than Santa Clara and the Cala
The apartments
Golf.
tend to be big in Rio Real as well, quite big builds when they were built.
I enjoyed my time there.
The entry level for villas there is slightly higher, I would say, because of the proximity to Marbella. So you're looking at 750 up to 3-4 million, whatever you depend to get.
And also, the only sort of negative, I suppose, about Rio Real is you have the Incasol Hotel there, which in the heyday was actually one of the places where Marbella started from. It was a really traditional wellness hotel, and now unfortunately it's gone. Well, it hasn't gone, it's still there, but not being operated. So I think over the next few years there will be some investors come in and take that on, probably as a hotel, and that would really again increase the prices, I would think.
And for anyone who loves water sports, right, like kite surfing or windsurfing, Rio Real and a beach in Estepona are the 2 only beaches here where you're officially allowed to kite surf.
Oh, right, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which sucks, because those 2 beaches are really bad, because you have huge rocks right on the beach and in the water. So if you're not good at the sport, you'll probably get bashed by the rocks. But you're allowed to
at least you're allowed to do it.
Which is really cool, because I used to always get kicked out.
You might lose a leg in the process, but at least you can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on to number 4 of our top 5, which is a difficult one because it's a big area, is Nueva Andalucia, otherwise known as Golf Valley, which is behind Puerto Banus, basically. Very popular.
Oh yeah.
Very popular for holidaymakers, very popular for second home owners and for permanent residents.
And it does have the best golf course.
Which is?
Las Brisas.
Yeah.
It has the best name to it, and clients specifically, I even had clients that would call me and say, look, I always play, I'm a member of Las Brisas, I want a house looking at the golf.
So the golf courses in Nueva Andalucía are Las Brisas, there's Los Naranjos, there is...
Come on then, Sean.
What was the other one? Aloha.
There's
Aloha.
one
Sean
more.
Connery's favourite course.
One more?
Is there one more?
We'll wait 2 days for Sean to find
Well,
out.
I'm not counting La Quinta.
Okay, good. Then we have 3.
We have 3,
right.
and we have a La Dama de Noche, which is 9 holes.
Yeah.
So I can't really count that.
I'd count those 3 as being the Golf Valley,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. And what's good about the Golf Valley then? What do you think?
Well,
You're close to Puerto Banus.
Yeah, you're close to Puerto Banus, and you have
It's a consolidated residential area.
very consolidated. That's what I just wanted to point out. Thanks, Sean. And you do see a lot of hype happening in the last 2-3 years in the Gulf Valley, where elderly properties were bought, refurbished. So you have a very high-end stock market there, which you before only had in the Golden Mile, but now it's shifted towards Nueva Andalucía, which is nice because you have villas from 500,000. Okay, maybe not a villa, a little house for 500,000. You can go up to 10 million.
Bungalow.
Yeah, a little bungalow
shed.
for 500,000. Still a great property, well located, but then you can also go up to 10 million for a massive villa in La Cerquilla, which has been refurbished and done up.
Are you a fan?
I'm a fan. It's quite difficult to get frontline properties in terms of apartments in the Golf Valley. The way it's around the Gulf, there's lots of villas, but getting that frontline golf apartment is quite difficult to find.
I think a lot of the apartments are lower down, so walk to Banus kind of thing, like Mastranza and places like that. And then you've got apartments kind of higher up with the views, haven't you?
Yeah.
And in between are the villas.
Yeah. I actually had a client that wanted to have an apartment in the Gulf Valley with sea views and within walking distance to amenities, which is very difficult because the valley obviously implies it's low set. So all the apartment blocks there don't have really sea views.
No, they don't, because they've mainly been built for tourists and second home accommodation. So the ease of just stepping out and going into cafes and restaurants and bars and stuff like that, which tends to be on the flat, maybe even walking into Banus. So, yeah, I'm. You know what? I do like Nueva Andalucía, but the one thing that I not worry about, but the one thing I concerned about, particularly as you go up in terms of price, is the lack of a consolidated security service.
That's true. You have very little closed urbanizations.
Yeah, and so for me, being a bit paranoid about stuff like this, whether I would feel safe
it's very open. Anybody can access any road.
Yeah, and whether I'd feel totally comfortable with that if I was spending that amount of money.
You do have an urbanization called Parcelas del Golf, which is one of the only or few, I would say probably one of the only urbanizations within walking distance to amenities, frontline golf, in a completely secured urbanization.
Yeah, and that's why it's very popular. I think, isn't it?
Popular and expensive.
Yeah. Okay, so prices, Dom, in the way
for apartments, it's very economical. You can start by 180,000, but then you would have to count with some refurbs, etc., and you can go up to 4 million for a penthouse. And as I was saying, villas go from 500,000 up to 10 million.
I think the interesting thing about Nueva Andalucía is it's a hotspot for investors. So if you want to buy to rent out to tourists, there's probably nowhere better, because a lot of people want to be close to Puerto Banus. If they can be within walking distance of Puerto Banus, even better. And if they can be close to shops, bars and restaurants without even having to go into Puerto Banus, then amazing. And then the last one on our list of top 5 is La Quinta, which is a big resort just north of Nueva Andalucía, so it's kind of the furthest golf resort.
We've been speaking about La Quinta a lot lately. It's gotten a good name to it, and a lot of stock of new build developments, and clients love that.
They do, and the nice thing about La Quinta is it's kind of in two sections now. You've got the original resort, which is a 27-hole golf course designed by Manuel Pinheiro, and clubhouse, spa, hotel, Western Hotel. And now what they're doing is they're developing another huge plot, almost the same size, if not bigger, which they're calling El Real de la Quinta, which is all under development, basically. And it's going to be a fully fledged resort of its own. So there's two options with La Quinta. You can either invest in what they have at the moment, so resale apartments, villas, or you can decide to invest in the future of La Quinta, which is El Real. And prices there, Don?
Well, apartments go from 250 again.
In the older part.
In the old part, exactly, old part, and then you can go up to 1.3 for penthouses. Even in the new development, you'd be paying 1.2, 1.3 for them.
Yeah.
And villas, again, you have a huge range. You can go up from 750,000 up to 9 million.
Bargain.
Bargain, yeah, 9 million.
The thing about La Quinta is it's handy because it's got not its own exit, but it's very close to the exit for the toll road.
Yeah.
But you can also get down into Puerto Banus within 5 or 6 minutes. So it's sort of 3 or 4 different ways of getting to it, which makes it quite handy.
And you can get the views from La Quinta.
You can, yeah, you can.
Yes,
absolutely.
certainly.
Golf, sea, mountain.
Yeah, and you have on-site facilities, but you can't walk into Puerto Banus. It's trade-offs all the way, isn't it? It's that's what property buying is all about, really. So that's our top 5 golf resorts to buy in between Mijas and Puerto Banus. And if you fancy hearing about 5 more between San Pedro and Sotogrande, there's another video on its way.
Yeah.
Thank you.